Hey guys, Gene Graves here. Just doing my video that I always do on Sunday, or my Sunday. You might be in a different place. Hopefully, it's your Sunday too. Um, Sorry, I'm laughing at the thumbnail that I had to take. I took it like 6 times. I didn't know what to do. What's up, Elias? What are you doing? So anyway, this week was a bad week in reading. I didn't really get to read that much, which I'm kind of upset. We're doing stuff at work, trying to catch up and get done before December, but they're trying to actually get it done by the end of this week, next week, stuff like that. So it was kind of a pain in the butt that I didn't get to read more like I wanted. But this week, I finished Magical Girl Apocalypse 15. I finished Dragon Goes House Hunting, Volume 1, uh, Inspectre, Volume 7, and I finished the new one I got in the mail, which I will show it to you guys. I bought this one because it goes with the other half of my name, this other manga that I got from it, which is Gungrave. So, really cool thing. It's an Annie manga, so it goes off of that. So I did that, and then I bought like a bunch of pops because I kind of got like an extra amount on my thing today. So anyway, so you guys kind of saw the first one. I didn't really get a manga haul this week. I was supposed to, but I guess they held on to it for next week or this coming week because there's more manga that's coming out on the 9th, and I think they just kind of wanted to hold on to it for then. So yeah, got to wait for that. Anyway, the first one, it's not really. I mean, it's a Funko Pop, but it's more of a bobblehead, which I didn't know when I bought it because I don't really like the bobbleheads. But I decided that I was going to keep this one anyway, even though I bought it, and I was just going to put it like over against my TV with my Deadpool's or something because he is pretty cool looking. So, um, you know, but that's Howard the Duck. You know, his head. I don't know if y'all can see it if he moves too fast for the camera. But yeah, he's a bobblehead and everything. He's pretty cool though. I think he's on the game Contest of Champions. I've never played that, so I'm not 100% sure. I have some of the other Marvel games on my phone, but I don't think I have Contest of Champions. So, or I might. I don't know. I'll have to check. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe. So I got that, and then with us getting closer to Halloween and everything, it was really cool. I found these and I was like, I'm going to have to get these. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I decided that I was going to get these and enjoy them, try and collect them all, different stuff like that. What's up, Spring Sierra? So the first one though I got the little clown with his unicycle and everything from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know, maybe not. I do have to take Chibi Chan out. But I like this one. I mean, the amount of detail they put in Pops is phenomenal. Let me see if I can get it close enough to the camera. You kind of got to look right here behind his cheek. But there's a line that goes. In the movie, he could actually pull this off. So the amount of detail that goes into these is phenomenal. So I got him. I got a Walgreens exclusive one, which was this little devil guy. He's pretty cool. He's kind of the one that set me off to, oh, I should probably get these because somebody else asked me like, what out of some of them, which ones are ones that you would like want, like to collect the whole line, even if they had like duplicates? Because I'm kind of a, if I get one of a person and then they have another one that would come out or something of that, then I'd be like, I don't want two of the same one. And they were like, well, if you had some, I said, well, anything Deadpool and anything Nightmare Before Christmas. What's up? I feel weird because you don't have the old name anymore. You saw it last week. Low Price Man is no more what he was before. Feel like it should be like LPM or something. But yeah, then we got a Sally where she's holding the R.I.P. Where she's holding the basket of goodies that she gives to Jack. Which I like that. So I'm probably gonna try and collect all of the Nightmare Before Christmas ones just because that's my big thing. That and Deadpool, like I said. Um, you know, and then we got little snowman Jack or Jack the Snowman, however they call it. So that one looks out of place among the rest of these. It's just kind of weird. Let me get these other ones. I mean, I kind of got like a bunch of these, just saying. True. I wonder, did you get a lot of people that told you that or thought that because that's what your name was? I mean, I really thought it's kind of like a slam, because you just don't really nilly like go out unless you're gonna like explode on somebody. Uh, hey, you're popular to me, dang it. So, so then the next set guys, I kind of had to run around to a couple places to get these. Um, and I guess I'm gonna show them to you one at a time, and then try and show it to you all together. So I got. Let me figure out the difference real quick. So I went to Barnes and Noble and I got Merry and Pippin from Lord of the Rings. That's Pippin. This is Merry. Um, you know, and I didn't know they had all these. Well, then I found out that they all came out. They waited to bring Merry and Pippin out in series 2, so I was like, well, I'll get them now. And then I went somewhere else and I got Frodo and Sam. So let me see if I can do this. They all look kind of weird with their hairstyle. That would be kind of funny. So that's kind of the whole Hobbit crew there that was on the thing. Um, so they were really cool. I was excited to pick them up because I like the Hobbits and everything. I like the Hobbit. I like Hobbits too, and all that stuff. They're really cool. And somebody like I really pick like collecting these. Now that I kind of like put my groups together. So like if they had a whole fellowship, I would probably get the fellowship, but not really more than that. Yeah, I'm more of a group person. Really, the Nightmare Before Christmas and Deadpool ones, like I said, those are the only ones I'd really collect them all. Um, you know, like this next one, y'all will know, which it's on my picture on the thing, are me just basically collecting the Beast from the Fantastic Beast movie. So this is the last one I needed from. I needed from this, which is I think it's called the Metagot. It's kind of like a black cat with these big shiny pink red eyes. Um, which is cool. Um, but between that one and the Sam one with his little vial of whatever, you know, the light of whatever it's called. He both of them are supposed to have something that like shines or glows in the dark, and I can't get them to work. So I don't. Maybe they're just old and it wore off or something like that. I don't know. Do I follow you on Twitter? I feel like I'm gonna have another moment. Uh, Shin Megami talks, and me. He actually has like a different profile name um on Goodreads, and I was like, me and him got in a conversation. Was like, I was like, dude, you sound like one of my friends on YouTube, and he goes, I am one of your friends on YouTube, and I was like, are you joking with me? And he's like, no, da da da, and I was like, that's who I was talking about. It was a mess. I was like, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. But I also found some stuff, childhood stuff that's really good. Some of you guys might have seen it, may have not. So the first thing I wanted to get, and this is kind of funny because the Metagod is not in this. I got this kind of as a back display for when I do finish doing those ones. Elias does have Twitter. I got the little orange book of the Fantastic Beast and where they are, just so I can kind of put it like have them all sitting up there and have them in front of it, stuff like that. So really cool thing. Like I said though, the Metagod's not in there, so I don't know why if it's not completed. It was kind of weird because I was like, what powers does the Metagod have? And I could never find it. Um, and then this, guys, is way from my childhood. If you find this, you should watch it. It's really good. It's one of the only novels that I've read multiple times. I've probably read it 10 to 15 times in my life. It's just that good. I love it. I like it better than the thing that came off of it, even though we just kind of looked at some of the pops for it. And that is The Hobbit. This is an old movie. It came out basically like the 1960s, 1968, 1969, basically around that time. Um, and it's really good. See if I can get like a closer picture of it for you guys. Everything in it is art. So if you're an artist, I mean, this is really good for you to look at too. Everything they do in it is art. They have to play with the camera a little bit on different things. So it's like stock motion where like Nightmare Before Christmas and that stuff is. Um, where they have like over 1,000 different heads for Jack or whatever it is. I think it might be like 240 something. There's probably more than that. But they go in with the claymation and move them around and all that other stuff. That's kind of what they did with this, but it was drawn on paper as a cartoon, and then they didn't really do it too much unless it was like a talk scene where they overlapped them, Mickey Mouse stuff, things like that. Um, so this one's really good. If you like music or anything, this has a lot of music in it too. Um, like I said, I watched this when I was a little kid. My dad had it, and I love this movie. Well, then I think at some point my stepmom sold off a bunch of our DVDs before they moved, and so we didn't have this movie at all because it's probably on VHS, and we also didn't have a VHS player anymore. Um, but we got this one, and I ended up buying a movie like this where it wasn't like The Ring and all this stuff. It had Bilbo on it, but it was like a big picture of him. And I actually got that for my dad for Father's Day a couple of years ago, just because it was one that I enjoyed. The Last Unicorn, if you've seen that, that's who made this one too. Um, So I mean, it's spectacular. Music, going with the story, the art, all of it is just fantastic. So I think anybody would like it. But I was walking past and I saw it in the store, and I was like, "There's two copies. I probably need to buy both these copies." But no, I only ended up buying one. But this is a great movie. I've probably watched it 3 times since I bought it Friday. Yeah, it's like just saying. And the music's really good. It's really mellow. If you need anything in the background, you could have this in the background. I mean, it's just that good. LPM. I mean, you should read it. Like Lord of the Rings and stuff. Like I enjoy it. I've never read the Lord of the Rings books though. Like I said, my dad is who got me into the Hobbit and stuff, and I've read like 4 different editions of it. Like I enjoy the Hobbit a lot. But like I said, I've never read Lord of the Rings. But it was something I got into with him, and uh, yeah, and so that's kind of how I got into the Lord of the Rings movies was because my dad was like, "Oh yeah, I've read these two, da da da, they're really good." So, um, but this is the original movie that came out that's really good. So if you see this in a store too, you can pick it up. That's what I was saying. It goes really close with the storyline too, which I enjoy a lot. If anything can fit with the storyline as closely as they can, you know, the art in it, like I said, whenever they do it, is really good. You could also turn this on in the background. The music is real mellow, but it's kind of like old, I guess, kind of semi like old Celtic, because it's like a group of old guys singing here and there. But I mean, it's good. So that was kind of the two like extra things I bought to go with different stuff. After I finish watching the movie about a billion more times, I'll probably put it up on my shelf just like as a display for the background of the Lord of the Rings ones. Right. Yes, I have seen the Scott Pilgrim movie, and I haven't read the comic. I've seen the comic, um, but me and my brother actually played the video game of Scott Pilgrim for a little while, so I don't know if that counts for anything. But the Scott Pilgrim movie is my brother's favorite movie. I actually just watched it last weekend, and I had to call him on different scenes when they were singing or doing something because he actually uses those phrases like in our life. Um, it took me forever to break him of doing the whole SL ick, he used to do that all the time, and it was weird. Out of nowhere, he would do it, and I was like, "Dude, you need to stop because it's weird." People aren't going to want to be around you when you do that. So, yeah, Scott Pilgrim's really good. That Hobbit movie, book, everything's really good. LPM add both of them to your list, the movie and the book. Right? It is very, very good. Um, so, and the last one, I feel like this is kind of going to reveal part of my age, but there was a remake. So this is also a thing that I ended up watching with my dad. Um, but then they remade it, and I watched part of it, and I didn't really get into it. But I might get more from this series. Not 100% sure, but I for sure wanted to at least get this guy because he was one of my favorite characters in it. He was the comedic relief. Um, but that is Orko from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Orko was comedic relief, but I mean he was pretty cool. Floated around, and Thundercats. That was another thing that my dad watched. So if they ever had a Snarf come out, I'd probably get him too. Just all those old ones. So the day in Pops, I did get a lot. And all that stuff. Yeah, they remade it at that point. They took all the old shows from before, like the reason why like I know about any of those like a lot is because of my dad, obviously. Hong Kong Fooey, Secret Agent Squirrel, like all that stuff, Boomerang stuff, Hanna Barbera, all that stuff is from him. Basically, they kind of tried to bring parts of it back at different things, and then they actually remade Thundercats. They remade He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Ninja Turtles. They've redone all that stuff that they made way back when. So, really good stuff, though. So, right, He-Man. I have read Doctor Stone. It was pretty good. I've already pre-ordered up to volume 3. Because if I start something, I do it. But it is pretty good. I just hope that they get the story more under control. If not, it seems like the pace of it is going to go too fast and it'll end fast. Well, they don't show old cartoons on Boomerang anymore because the old cartoons that we have when we grew up are now the old cartoons for today's people, and that's why they're on there now. So, yeah, Hung Kung Fu Wee 100 Super Guy. Yep. I believe there are some. I think they changed it up. If you can find it, um, there's something that my brother watches online where you get to watch like everything, which is I think it's one of the closest things you can get back to the original Boomerang. I mean, they also do like Nickelodeon shows on there too, so I'm not 100% sure what it's called. Um, he watches like all the stuff on it. Like it always freaks me out whenever he's watching it because it always seems like whenever I call him and talk to him that Freakazoid's coming on, and I'm like, are you watching that or did it just come on? He's like, no, it just came on. I'm like, how come every time I call you, Freakazoid comes on? So, but I think they might have done a little differently if I remember right. With Boomerang, you can go on and I think it's like Nickelodeon, like Nick and Nick Jr. I think there's like a Boomerang and there's like something else, and you can watch the old cartoons. So it's kind of like you go to Boomerang A where it's like the really old cartoons, or you go to Boomerang B where it's the newer cartoons, Pokemon, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I found like old Ed and Eddie streams and stuff like that. Like Ed and Eddie is some of my stuff, and I think at Walmart, if you live in America, I can't tell you if you have a Walmart or anywhere else outside. Sorry, but they have a section when you go to it, and it's all neon colors. It's like red and or pink and lime green and turquoise blue and yellow. They're all like that color, and then maybe there's like instead of like having a black color, they have a gray. Um, when you go, I love Ed and Eddie too. That's my one of my all time favorite shows. Double D. Uh, they they made these sections where you can go in because that's how I bought the whole entire animated series of Batman Superman. I need to go back and get some of the other ones, but they're all turquoise color. You'll see it. They have like really old cartoons, and they have more modern cartoons from like the 90s. Um, they have all that stuff, and you can go in and you can get some of the old cartoons from it, which is really cool. Um, Gravy. They're really good though. I really want to get the one. They have like a special one that I think it's just to like get you into them. It's got like Johnny Bravo and Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I think Dexter's Lab. They have that, and it's like I think it's like 4 episodes from each, which is really cool. Um, right. So, um, but they have that though, and they have older ones, like I said though, like Hong Hong Fooey, all that other stuff at Walmart. If you go find those, and the good thing is they're not like super overpriced or anything. I got the entire series of the animated Batman for like a little less than $10, and the animated series of Superman for a little less than $10. So that was really cool to have that because that was also a piece of my childhood. You know, um, I got home. I haven't really gotten to watch it too much, but because Chibi Chan obviously isn't old enough yet, but we did try and make it through the first 2 episodes of Batman. So, but I'm gonna have to go back and get some more of those. Those are really cool. Um, and I might even buy them and maybe use part of them as a giveaway because they, if you're yeah, Batman Beyond's in it too, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, I feel like most people in our group are probably around my age or a little older, where you still got to experience all the cool stuff like that from Nickelodeon and all that. Cat Dog, Hey Arnold, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, stuff from Cartoon Network. Basically, when it was at its hype, um, and everything, before it started kind of dwindling down. But probably do that, and then if it's a younger person, let them watch something. So I think I might go get some of those when I go get some more for me, and basically like put it in as giveaway stuff too for my collection video. Batman Brave and the Bold is another one that came out afterwards. um, that one's really good too. But because you had Batman the animated series, Batman Beyond, where it was still kind of based off of the animated series, but Bruce was an old man, and then they re-brought it back with Batman, 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 Batman Brave and the Bold, which is him meeting all these other heroes and stuff. You also have the Justice League, which they do have that one too, and some other stuff. So it's really good. SWAT Cats, that's really old. My Life as a Teenage Robot, that's really good. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, that's really good. Tough Puppy. Oh, so Spring Sierra, you're a little younger than I am. Jake Long, the American Dragon. Rugrats. Yep. So right now, out of you guys, I would say that Perspective and Elios are obviously close to my age, and Spring Sierra, you're probably a little younger. Just some of the shows that you brought up, I was like, those are newer than that. Yeah, Jackie Chan Adventure, loved it. That was one of my childhood things too. Tailspins and all that. And um, I brought it up the other day. Yep, Justice League. Um, Oh, Shaolin Showdown. That was the one. They remade that one too. Obviously, Beast Wars Transform. We're getting like deep, way deep. Transformers Armada. I had a bunch of those. A bunch. You're gonna have to catch up. Like a lot. X-Men from the 90s, and then you had X-Men Evolution, The League of Super Evil. Yeah. That was the Justice Society, Pokemon, Digimon. Oh, LPM. If only I could like download my brain into yours. There would be so much you'd be like, what did I miss? Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Digimon Tamers. That one's kind of newer, unless we're counting season 3. I think maybe that one, or is that the newer one? Digimon Adventures. You're like really like hitting all these, right? You're just gonna have to catch up. I mean, it's all good, like real good. Um, Codename Kids Next Door. I saw that. That was we used to watch that all the time. Heavy Metal. Did you look that up? I felt like you did. That Fritz the cat, which is weird. Felix. We had that one too. He was another cat. Spider Man. Spider Man. Iron Man, the animated series. That was pretty good. I really liked the opening of that. Animaniacs. All Real Monsters. Cat Dog. Rugrats, like we said earlier. I have a shirt somewhere that has like a bunch of the old ones on there. I have to find it. I just wore it last week. I could show you guys that one. Rocco's Modern Life. There you go. There's another one. The Goof Troop. Quack Pack. Um, you guys know we're gonna have to slow down because LPM might not be able to keep up with writing all these down. You guys know that, right? I mean, you're like really throwing these out. Magus XLR. That's pretty funny. I brought that one up the other day, and somebody went, "What is that?" And I had to explain like some guy put a hot rod on top of a mech suit for the head, and had like a steering wheel and video game controllers and all this stuff. And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Why would he do that?" I was like, "There's no questioning it. It just happened." Um, that's a lot. I'm gonna have to go back and watch all these now. Um, which I need to watch some of the more modern ones. I mean, you guys know that Over the Garden Wall is one of my favorite ones, which was made by one of the guys that did stuff in the 90s. Um, and all that. He came back and basically said, "I want to make like some of the newer stuff." He was one of the people that like was around there and wanted to bring good cartoons back. So they did that. Uh, I mean, they were all really good. Um, The only one that I would say out of that group that I ride nostalgia on um, is Batman Beyond. That's really my brother's favorite one. Um, I enjoyed watching it with him, but out of that, it wasn't my favorite out of all these. But I mean, basically, all the rest of them were ones that I enjoyed like a lot. Um, like I said, me and my brother still watch some of these. Um, the best one I would have to consider is my favorite one, which is probably Ed, Ed and Eddie. Um, but um, it was really crazy with that. It's comical. Um, you know, there's some other ones, Cow and Chicken, stuff like that, that kind of were good. I Am Weasel, but it kind of rode the coattails of some of these other ones. IR Baboon. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls before the reboot of that one. Ninja Turtles before that reboot. Clone Wars, Avatar: The Last Airbender, all that stuff. All good stuff. Are you an artist? I don't know. I cannot tell a lie. Do you do art? I'll totally let you do some art for me and send it to me. I like using all my friends' art for something. Um, anyway, modern day though, LPM, you can get into this one though, and tell me how it is if you've seen it. So I haven't seen like Gravity Falls. I really want to, and I started like the first episode with a friend, and um, then she ended up getting a boyfriend, and it was kind of like, because we would watch it at lunch or I guess like dinner time in college before we would go to class. And I only got to watch the first one, and then we never like really came back around to it. So I was a little upset about it. Um, one of my other favorite ones is I feel like I'm going to get a lot of people like give me a weird look to the screen, but is the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. That was great. But then they had Chowder come out. The first episode, I loved Chowder, and then after that, I was kind of like, this is really weird. But I enjoyed it. I mean, sorry, I had to laugh at that. That's a nostalgia comment right there. Whenever you get on, you talk about any old cartoons, you're gonna hear somebody say that's my childhood. So my brother says that all the time too. Yeah. So, um, yep. I mean, if any of you guys are artists though, and you guys want to do some art and send me an email, or um, you have my Twitter and you get on there and message me and you want to like send me something in the mail, um, I do leave like space open on my walls so I can hang up any of that stuff or a letter. Right. You just made me think about it though. I have some people tell me they say you have like a really calming voice or whatever, and they say that they think I would be. I used to get a good radio show thing from like older people, which is weird. Um, but some people, like younger people, obviously, like our group of friends and stuff like that, people in our community, they tell me that they think I could be like a good voice actor just because of that. And I can kind of swap my voice around a little bit. So I guess that's a talent. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to get scouted out from YouTube, but I don't think I do that much to do that. Meh. Meh. Um. Oh yeah, Invader Zim. Little upset it never finished, and then they kind of went back and tried to finish it. I heard it was supposed to be coming back though last year, and I haven't heard anything since, so I'm not 100% sure on that. So, um, I have no idea what that is. So, Elios, you asked me way farther up, and I totally forgot to that up there. Um, so besides the pops that I have now, I also have three that I ordered online, which is the Niffler from Fantastic Beast and the Demiguise from Fantastic Beast. And I wanted to have a tall one, so I ordered a Godzilla. I feel like that's going to get comments too. Woo, Godzilla! I got a Godzilla, and so my total with everything after I get those three comes up to 38 um, guys, including the bobblehead. But that's what I got. I use this really cool app called Vinyl Toys. I had to pay, I think, $5 for it. Upset. But you can go in and you can scan your barcode. It'll bring up pictures for it and all this other stuff where you can take your own picture. It's kind of like a database. And then it also has a wish list, which wish list is huge. It's like 212. So I don't know what to say about that. But if I was going to, um, Godzilla, King Kong, all those other kaiju people, kind of, yeah. It's like blue with a little Funko guy in it. They have a lot of them though from this company. Um, Let me see if I can show it to you. If you can see it, I don't know if I can angle it the right way. Maybe on this side. They have like a movie one. They have like a video game one. I mean, it's just a really cool app. I hope you can see it because I can't see crap. I see like a little blue tinge. That's about it. Um, but comic books, magazine collectors, toy car collectors, board games, guns and ammo, dolls, Legos, action figures. I mean, they do like a bunch of stuff. So, wine collectors, knives and swords, alcohol collectors. Model planes, trains, puzzles. Yeah, I couldn't see any of it. But yeah, it just kind of it gives you a list. Hopefully you can kind of see the little guys on the side. I know you probably can't see any of the words. Ooh, let's see. The second one's going to be hard to see because that's the little demiguise guy and he's white. I don't know. I'm like, if I can't see it, then I don't think you guys can see it. Maybe it'll pop up a little darker on here. I don't know. It always seems like when I film, everything's a lot wider and a lot lighter to me. And then after I go back and I do like a rewatch of my videos or whatever, it's always darker. You know, stuff like that. So, but yeah. So that stuff. But yeah, yes. I I also collect action figures. Um that I collect Marvel action figures with my brother. Bye LPX. I'll check in with you later on so you can tell me if you've seen any Ed Netty or anything. Yeah, let me reach behind here real quick. Some people have seen this. What's up, Amaskio J? You said you weren't getting on lied to me. I bet this looks kind of weird. um, so Marvel Legends, I collect those. So this one is one that I had behind the computer, which is the Silver Surfer. That's what this weird object was looking thing. It's his surfboard. So there's that, and then one of the most recent ones I got. Um, and then I got the Thing from the Fantastic Four. So, yep, I'm probably gonna see if I can pull some people into a live stream after this. So, but yeah, Master J, you missed it. We talked about old '90s cartoons. But right, a giant list of cartoons. Dang it. You had to use that terminology, didn't you, Amasco J? You just made me think about Courage the Cowardly Dog, where Muriel's cousin comes. If you guys know it, give that a thumbs up. You guys can thumbs up in the comment. And, he tells you his whole story because he's like a barber. Yes. And he's a barber and he keeps telling you all these stories about cutting people's hair. And then at the end of it, he goes, and I was naughty. And then, he basically like shaves all the courage except for his tail. But he goes through like 4 different people before that telling you how naughty he was shaving people. It was kind of weird. Just saying. Right? If only we didn't have people that were like, I don't know, like serial killers. We didn't have serial killers. We had serial hair shavers, like stuff that's like not too bad, or something like that. I guess that would be kind of weird. What if like we just had a bunch of those serial head shavers? Be weird as hell. That's funny. Did you just pull it up? You like click. Right. I want to go back and watch Ed, Edd and Eddie. You guys have totally, or the Hobbit movie again. Obviously, it's probably on right now. I can't remember if I turned it on before I walked out of the room to do this one into this room or whatnot. So could have not. Yes, the Ed, Edd and Eddie Big Picture movie, where we finally got to see Eddie's brother that he talks about all the time. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. Um, that was really good. The seasonal ones are really good. The Christmas one, the Halloween one, the Valentine's Day one. I think that was it. Um, those were all like really good. It's really weird because they were seasonal, so you couldn't ever like catch them unless you were in that season. I used to have them taped when we had a, a thing, and I would watch it like all the time. Christmas would pop up. Oh, I think I'm gonna watch that any Christmas special. Oh, well, let me watch the Valentine's Day special too and the Halloween special. So it was like every holiday I was watching those 3 episodes like all the time. You're not a real human being anymore, Masco J. Get out of here. We're talking about old cartoons, not anime. Gosh. There's got to be more to life than anime and manga. I say that with a bunch of manga behind me. Pretty funny. I like the whole thing of Ed, Edd and Eddie. There wasn't really anything that I couldn't pick out that I liked. I also really liked after they kind of tried to revamp it a little bit towards the end where they like went, it was fall and Double D like wore jackets and they kind of changed their clothing a little bit. I always thought that was really cool. And they actually showed them at school instead of just in the cul-de-sac. That was pretty cool too. I like those episodes. Yeah, I agree with you. Sounds and the art and everything. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, and you might not know this about me. I loathe SpongeBob. I don't. I don't like SpongeBob like at all. Probably the only one that I did like. Eat gas. Probably the only one that I did like was the one where they had to go to the amphitheater and they had to sing. I figured you'd say Blasphemer. Um, yeah, I just I didn't like SpongeBob. I can't read that. I mean, but it was good stuff though. No, I didn't like any of it. Hey, how you doing? Uh, you know, we totally left one of the most important ones off. How you doing? Um, Scooby Doo. Nobody cared for Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball was where it was at, Amascio J. Right? 13 goes to Scooby Doo. Well, that's cool. You read anime or anything? You could follow all the people in the comments too. Maskio J does really good English. Eliosk is learning English. Oh yeah, that Scooby Doo movie was the best. Um, it was the best. Movies after that, I felt like weren't as good, and they couldn't go back, and there wasn't any like supernatural aspect to them, which I hated. The only other one was the electric guy, but that was explained when they went into the video game, and that was a horrible movie. I didn't like it. We were just talking about um, the neon movie things earlier that you can go get like old classic stuff. I think I put a picture of it on Twitter, showing that you could go buy them at Walmart and stuff. Because I got the animated series of Batman and Superman, and they're pretty good. That's good. I was waiting for you to send me a message about that. Cyber Chase, yeah, that one. It was just kind of weird. Yeah, the Witch Girls had good music. Um, Other people talking about books. Yes. Elios talks about manga. Amaskio J talks about manga. Um, if you can see my people that I'm subscribed to and all that, Everybody on there is somebody that talks. Well, mostly everybody. I have action figure people on there too, and cooking people and all that other stuff. But they a bunch of them are novel books. Um, I have like a handful of those. A lot of them are manga anime people. So you could check them out and see them too. That's funny. The Brady Bunch. That's how we all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Well, let me tell you, Ameskio J, because you need to go watch it. Um, Even though it's funny, I would tell you to watch it for a funny view. It was a different time era, so if you look at it now, I'm sure people have probably tried to pick it apart as being sexist and all that other stuff. But go watch Married with Children. That was I had seen it like here and there. I'd never like really seen it though. And when we were basically in the hospital with Chibi Chan when he was being born, um, we always had to get up because he'd always wake up at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's when Married with Children came on. So we watched Married with Children for like a straight week. And I was like, this is so good. My grandparents loved Everybody Loves Raymond, stuff like that. Oh, well, thanks. Um, oh, yeah. And I mean, you can learn stuff from everybody. So there's even people that I'll go watch their channel for a limited time just because they got into something and then it'll die off. So I'll just watch it for them enjoying it and then it'll die off. So, I mean, obviously there's some big people on there too, but it's funnier watching smaller people sometimes because then you get to go along with the journey of watching them get cool stuff. you know, some people it's like, I got this, I have a million of these, and it's kind of like, you know, you don't have people that are like, oh yeah, these are the best. So I always do that. I like watching a lot of different people. Hey guys, we made it over an hour. Did you think we wouldn't? Well, that's good. Yeah. Um, yeah, stuff like that. So anyway, since I guess I have you guys here, um, we I talked to Toaster Cat about it, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Well, I guess part of you. It'll go farther down the way later on. Give it some air, Stomps. Give it some air. um, um, Dang it, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, okay. So anyway, uh, if you guys know, recently I helped somebody get more into our community. I helped him accomplish a goal that was very achievable. And it was very good. I love the fact that you guys go. I would say go to battle for me, I guess. Um, and the fact that when I ask you guys if you guys will do something for me, like you guys do that. Um, but the whole thing is like with Anime Uprise, when I asked if you guys would help him get 100 subs, and we did, that was spectacular. Um, and all that stuff. Right. So I talked to Toaster Cat though about it because even though we did that for one person, I said I didn't feel comfortable with that because my friends, Amaskio J, and some of my other friends don't have 100 people yet. And so I told Toaster Cat that from now on, pushing forward, that new people on our channel, we're going to kind of sort of almost petition for um, at least 100 people that are our subscribers in our community. That would suck. Um, that we are going to basically um, we're going to basically like push through that and get you guys more subs. Basically, Amaskio J, Lohali, um, other people that we have. Sorry about the dogs. Elias, all you guys that don't have 100 people, we're going to try and almost like petition the community to do that. And we're going to try and do that, which hopefully all you guys will be on board. We're going to try and do that to try and get every new manga tuber that starts on YouTube at least 100 subscribers and let them go from there. So um, I talked to Toaster Cat about it because I know his kind of belief system on how our community needs to grow and everything. And I asked him if he thought that it was possible for us to almost reassure somebody that we can give them 100 people. And he told me that basically, without a doubt in his mind, he believed that we could do that with our community. Uh, Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm almost close to 300, but I don't know where that is. I haven't looked in a couple days. Um, so yeah, I just want you guys to kind of be open about that. I know that, like I said, if I asked you guys to follow even somebody that didn't do manga community stuff, that you guys would probably support them. But that's kind of what me and Toaster Cat want to do, is make sure that yeah, Toaster Cat has like 3 times me. Um, but make sure that our community grows, stays solid. Helping somebody get to 100 subscribers and doing all that makes them feel great, and all that. So that's good. I was waiting for him to hit 1,000. um, so that's kind of the whole thing. Is we're gonna try and do that um, as a community and push all that stuff out. Let me see. All right, chasing perspective. Manga tubers. Andrew, Simply, Gee, Gear Third, Manga Reviews, Lathis, and City Swede, Manga Order. Right. We're talking about like smaller people though. So besides you guys, Elias, Mascio J, you know, Stumps. If I don't know, Stumps, have you hit 100 people yet, or did you get off because of the game? Um, you know, Lohali, some of the other people that are on there, like Annabelle Hawking or Hawkins, different people like that. So, um, and even you know, if it takes some time, if we have 100 new people and they can all like sub to each other, I mean, they're only missing one person basically. So that's kind of the idea behind that is shouting out our community to make it bigger and stronger because as Toaster Cat said in one of our other live streams, the one that me and Amasco J and him are on, is bigger manga tubers that think we have a small community obviously haven't seen things from you guys or even pay attention to that because um, obviously you guys make the community and everything and build it up and make it better. Oh, okay. I was like, I'm confused. Um, but yeah, let's see. Um, it's starting to rain. You got to think about that two ways, though. I'm asking you, Jay. If you look it up and it says it's 12 or 13 out, that's in Japan. It almost takes a whole year from it to leave Japan to get produced here in America. On top of the series itself, we've talked about it before. Series itself has to make at least 1 million sales um, in Japan before it even can get started going anywhere else. So I think I've pre-ordered up to the fifth or sixth one. So I mean, we're not really that far away from what we should be at, but I agree with you. We need to catch up. So, but yeah. So all you guys, if you guys haven't subscribed to each other or anything yet, do that so that you can bump up the numbers. Like I said though, if you want to message me, if you have my phone number, text me. Stumps, I think you Amasco J gave you mine, but you haven't texted me yet. You're being a meanie. Like what the hell? Um, different stuff like that. We're send me a list because me and some of the other people that have already hit 100 and are above that are going to try and push it forward and at least try and get all you guys 100 people or a little over 100 people. And then after that, we're going to basically like pull your name off the list and put a new person on that is below y'all, and do all that. So, really good thing. I'm glad that Toaster Cat said that he supported that all out and everything. And that, like I said, I have you guys that are really good friends and whatnot to basically sit there and if I say, hey, well, you guys subscribe to this person, you guys will. So it's really cool. And I really like that you guys will do that. Because, I mean, you guys don't have to do that. You guys just want to do that. So, anyway, we'll get off that topic, though. Moving on. So Kadasha Faster again has been done in Japan just as long, and it's coming out every other month. Yes. It depends on who is doing the publishing, though. Kind of like Crunchyroll. Um, Crunchyroll, whenever they do like the next day or the next hour or whatever, they're doing it almost in real time. So pretty cool. I got to get on the story time. Um, that's coming up when I do my collection video. But that will either be at the end of this month, depending on how many manga are in my haul and I hit my milestone, or it will be most likely next month. So hopefully soon. I don't think I'm going to string it out till the end of the year, but right. Gosh, that's probably going to be a 4-part video, just saying, or a 4-part like series. Um, and I might even cut it to, I don't know, maybe a bookshelf or a couple bookshelves. Because at the end of that video, it's going to be long. I probably longer than that. Really, what I talked to Toast Cat about, and I have the same feelings for it, is that you want to go in and you don't want somebody just to tell you the collection. You want them to kind of do the story time tag kind of thing. You want them to tell you the backstory behind all that. I don't. That's a goober move. I don't know. That's weird. No. Um. So I really think probably what I will do. My manga library. I do have graphic novels or comic books and stuff in it that I got from like my grandpa or my uncle. Different stuff like they had. I do not count it in my library though. It might be like on a shelf. You might see that, but I don't count it as part of my whole collection. Um, so really, everything on it is like a graphic novel that was printed by Kadasha or something like that. That's probably like from an American group or something like that, maybe. But it's all basically manga. Well, I mean, it is all manga. But, so, yeah, if that helps out. But yeah, me and Toast Trek talked about it. So I think probably what I will do is I am going to do a couple different videos based off the collection. I'm going to go through and make separate parts where it's everything. Go in, tell you the story behind it, all that other stuff like that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is do another video where I just go through it and basically I'll do the title and the amount of volumes that it is, and then move on to the next one. Like there won't be any story, anything like that. That'll basically just be for the people that want to know the books that are in my collection. Maybe not really like the heart and soul of the collection, I guess. Just the skeleton and the body of it. So that's probably how I will do it. Um, doing it in parts will be the heart and soul, and the other one will be um, probably just one long video of going through it and just going through the volumes and stuff and not really talking about it. So that's probably how that will turn out. Um, Masco J, you're a goober. I'm just going to tell you that. I can't believe if I had a bar, it'd be a gin bar called Graves. Or if I owned a graveyard, I would call it gin because there's graves there. Having gin at graves. One manga with every purchase. What does that mean? Right. Keep moving forward, Aliosk. You'll get there. Um, honestly, the other thing, and I need to get people on it, is I'm supposed to be getting another bookshelf from somebody else. And I think I'm going to go buy one more so that we have enough room to spread the collection out in, have enough room to add to it and stuff. Um, but I have to kind of clean out. I have some old white plastic shelves that really don't hold anything. I put a bunch of my omnibuses on it and it fell over like 3 times. So I was kind of upset about that, I guess. But I have to do that before obviously 2 weeks or a little less than 2 weeks. That way um, we can have all that set up and we can spread the manga and stuff out. So one person is supposed to be giving me one. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. I'm getting there. I'm just trying to catch up on my current stuff first. It takes a little while to catch up when you're behind. Really, it's kind of not like current stuff, I guess you would say. I call it current stuff because it's stuff that I haven't finished. Um, but it's like stuff I've either started like one volume on, or it might be a 25 volume series and I read 20 volumes of it. And then I kind of like took it and put it on the back burner and haven't gotten started reading it again. That's kind of what part of that is like. So that's kind of what I'm reading right now, on top of whenever I get a manga haul, pulling that stuff into it and going from there. So it's kind of what it is. But yeah, hopefully, um, like I'm doing on YouTube now, or YouTube, on Twitter, I will probably do a poll on Twitter and have basically everybody go vote on the poll. And I'll probably do one on YouTube too and pick out some volumes in the TBR shelves and put them up there and say, hey guys, pick out some of this and, pick what you want me to read, basically. Alrighty, Masco J, I'll catch you later. Bye. But yeah, that is kind of the idea behind part of that. Um, so keep wanting to call him Masco J, Mask of OJ. You think that'll stick? I don't know. It could. That's why I asked. Mask of OJ. It's pretty close too. I guess when you say it out loud, maybe it's different than saying it to yourself. Something like that. Spring Sierra, what did you mean by one manga with every purchase? I'm very confused. Confused aid. Oh, true. And his Goodreads name and everything, he just puts a J. I was like, I asked him one time, I said, why do you just put a J? And that's the first initial of my first name. So you don't use any other names or anything? You don't put the same name down? No, I didn't feel like it. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Those are going to be some expensive drinks, though. I'm telling you. That was like a punch to the liver. I have to give away books in my collection? That's horrible. I'd go out of business real fast. If I ever opened a bar like that, probably just thinking about it, what I would probably do, and it would kind of be a pain in the butt because I'd have to charge like $20 a drink, is right. I would probably start it out as a regular bar and then have enough to buy like different random mangas. And when the person came to take your drink order, then they would bring you a book or they would get a book because obviously they would need to know. And it would be like, have like books of the month and be like, hey, you can pick one of these ones. We like bought, all this stuff, like My Hero Academia. Let's go with that one. So, kind of like a bookstore, how you go in and buy My Hero Academia. You come in $20 because My Hero Academia is going to cost you like maybe 10, somewhere around that. You do that. Drinks at places are usually expensive, $6 to 7, something like that. Right. You come in to get a drink, and when you do, um, you go over the list of drinks that you want, and you go over the list of manga that's out for that month, and then you give it to the server or whoever, and then they bring you the book and the drink. That'd be pretty cool. I like that idea. I like it a lot. The only bad thing is I would totally put an age limit on it. You had to be 21 to enter, and you know that way you could get your volume of manga. Because if not, I'd want to have enough for all my customers. If not, younger kids might come in and try and buy them all out. Right? Woo. Which that's just our drinking age here in America. What's your drinking age in Norway? Right. 18 and 20. You get like a special license to do it at 18, or is it 20? Or is it smoking? Ours is 18 and 21. Is it different down there for you, Spring Sierra? You have a different drinking age too? Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, we don't have different drinking ages. It's kind of upsetting. 18 for both? I'm moving down there. I just thought about that. That was dumb to say. I'm old enough to almost probably drink anywhere, but I don't know. I think it builds a little character. So, I was younger and my mom put stipulations on it. I'm 25, or I lied. I always forget my age. I'm close. I always forget it though. The last time somebody asked me, I said I was 27. I'm 26. I'll be 27 at the end of the month or at the end of the year in December. So, no, I got to start drinking at 14 at my home, all that, which, nobody can say really too much about it now. But it was more of an education thing because I got to try just like wine. That was it. Nothing else, no hard alcohol or beer or anything like that. It was basically just wine. And my mom had a book, a wine book. It's like long and all that. And basically, um, what I had to learn was obviously the color for it, which isn't too hard. I had to know what it meant by name, what it was called, um, year, all this other stuff. I had to know basically where it was made at, produced at, like, so even to even like taste it, it was always like, um, it was like homework. So I got to know a bunch of different stuff, like where certain ones were produced, where they were made, um, sent here, what it was supposed to do because of the age process of, like, if you get a bottle of wine instead of getting a new one, getting one that was like 10 years old, different stuff like that. Um, I kind of had to learn like the history of wine and stuff like that. So, and then if she was around, then I always had to do the just a sip kind of rule. She's like, "Oh, you don't guzzle it or any of that. Like, you had to have class." So, um, yeah. But then, like, when I hung out with my sister, if we did that, then it was like we would carry around a bottle. I don't know how weird that seems, but um, yeah. So, but we'd cook with it, everything. It was kind of weird. But yeah. And then when I hung out with like my cousins and stuff, then I kind of got beer. I didn't really have anything else, but that's how that happens. So, not I mean, I guess it's a good thing from that point because now, like, I don't really get super intoxicated like ever, and a bunch of my friends tell me that, and yeah, it just doesn't affect me the same way. Like, I usually get tired of having a drink before I even um, anything ever happens. So I usually just drink it for the flavor or something like that, or you know, I don't know. But yeah, so, and I don't do it very often because I have a firm understanding of how having like a long week at work, um I mean, I still do, but having like a long week at work or something like that, having one like Friday night is going to be better than if I had one or had a bunch of drinks like throughout the week. you know. So kind of that whole thing, it's better. I mean, I think it tastes better. It might just be a trick of the mind, but you don't you get to enjoy it more if you hold off on it than if you do um, drink like every day. So some people I don't think know that, but it is, kind of like I always got to give people a second thing because not everybody likes to drink, but like if you like sweets, chocolate cake, think about if you got chocolate cake from on Friday because of anything special or ice cream. And if you had like the same ice cream or the same cake like every day for a week, by the end of the week, you're going to be like, I don't want this. Yeah, but what if you had to have it every day, like all the time? You'd get sick of it. So, anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go about 3 more minutes. About one will be about 1 hour and 40 minutes on this, and then we'll get off. So, if you guys have any more questions or any questions that you want me to answer real quick, we can do that before I get off. So, yeah. Yeah. You seen the pops, you seen the manga I read, even though it was low. So hopefully next week I will be able to hop back on the boat and read like 15 volumes or even more than that. I can't wait. Elias. When is my next live stream? Um, the regular Ketchup one is every Sunday, unless for some reason I can't do it. And then the mustard one is just random. That usually happens at night after work. So those live streams are always just random. And my next full person live stream will probably be next week um, after my Ketchup one. Well, I mean, maybe during the week. It just depends. Um, Mascio J kind of gets to figure that out. So we try not to do it like every week. I think we do it like every 2 weeks. So we do that like twice a month. But the day is kind of random because we have to do it like after like I get done at work. Salt in this thunderstorm. After work, stuff like that. So and then we have to figure out like when our schedules are open. So we usually do that, but I think Amasco J also wants to start doing the ones on Sundays too. So not 100% sure on there, but you know, so what are SMT games? SMT. Oh, Um, Not too much. I mean, Valkyrie Chronicles is the only one I'm playing, and I actually took a little bit of a break from it. I was kind of getting burnt out, but yeah, I'm just playing the regular one. But I am also probably about to get Senran Kagura. The I can't remember what the secondary part of its name is. It's one of the battle ones where it's kind of like Samurai Showdown, or not Samurai Showdown, Samurai Warriors, or stuff like that. That's probably one of the other ones I'm going to get here soon, so I can play that. That'll take me a long time to play. So, um, really though, I haven't really played any in a while. Maybe Digimon. I played one of those. That was a long time ago. I need to get back on there and play that because I was trying to get all the original Digidestined like champion levels, and I think I got a little over half right. It's so fun. Um, I can't remember the guy's name. The samurai guy in there. There's a card game called um, shoot. Um, Give me a second. I'll get it. It's UFS, or yeah, UFS, Ultimate Fighting System. It's a card game. It's really fun. Um, a lot of the more like samurai people, I would play as them because they were like my favorite characters. Um, well, I played as a bunch of different characters, but they take like different video games and they have all the different characters for them, and you get to play with them that way. So it's really cool. Um, I've played with like a Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur, Hamaru from Samurai Showdown, um, Astrid, which is somebody that they made themselves. It was a character made by the company. So she was like a female Viking. That was my big one that I played as. Astaroth from um, there, from that one. Um, Lee from Street Fighter. Um, just a bunch of different characters. It was a fun game to play. I think the last one I played with was they had Mega Man come out, and I was playing. I think I was playing as Mega Man, so it was really fun. Um, Victor from I can't remember it. Dark Souls or Dark Stalkers. Played as Victor. I played as some of the other people. I love that game. I actually learned how to um, be a judge for that. I got taught by another judge, and so sanctioned to be a judge at different competitions and stuff for that. So it's really cool. It's a fun game though, and it's really good that I can almost like turn around and hop back into it like instantly. Um, Two of my parent figures are really good into it and awesomely amazing. So I always like playing that with them and stuff. I haven't gotten to play it in a while though, just because I don't have any time to play it. So kind of a pain in the butt. But I do recommend it highly because of how fun it is, and it is a TCG, so it's a collectible card game that you can play all the other stuff. But anyway, guys, I guess we will be done with this live stream. We did go over time just a little bit. I'm not going to complain about it, but so I guess I will catch you guys later in another live stream. Hopefully, I'll get to see you guys there for sure. This one will be next Sunday. You know, I'll probably have one of these that I do before or with Bazaar in 2 weeks. So anyway, guys, I'm Jen Graves. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.